Yeah, welcome to week 2. You survived week 1. You're here. Hopefully you're ready to rock and roll. A couple reminders. If you got an email from WebAdvisor saying that you're in danger of being dropped from the course because of an absence, don't panic. That's just an automated email that WebAdvisor sends out. It means that you were counted absent from my class, and there's a few reasons. Actually, there's only one reason why this could happen. You did not complete your assignment. Whether you didn't hit submit for the discussion board posts or you didn't complete both comments, you needed to have 2 comments on fellow classmates' original discussion board posts. That's the reason why you're counted absent. So fix that and let me know, okay? Check to make sure before you email me. Just check real quick, okay? All right, so for week 2, it's going to be very similar to week 1. You're going to be given texts and resources that I want you to explore. When I say explore, it just means read them, watch them, whatever it means. Just consume the assigned text that I'm giving you, and then you can have your discussion board posts. All right, so you're going to read an intriguing short story from one of my favorite authors. His name is George Saunders. The story is called Puppy. So after reading the story, I want you to watch a video. It's going to give you some biographical content about George Saunders, and then you're going to watch 3 crash course videos to help you understand social class in America. That way you should have a really good foundation in order to start thinking critically and writing about the topic at large. So as you examine all these texts and resources, when you're reading the story, I want you to think about the 2 primary characters in the story. And that's important to understand. There are 2 primary characters. So when you're reading, you might have the sense that the story just shifted really hard and the setting is different, the characters are different. That's because it is. It's true. So understand that you are shifting back and forth between 2 main characters. Okay? That's very, very important. Now, these 2 main characters, they do not understand each other. And why is the question I want to ask you. Do you feel that this lack of understanding resonates as a truism that ripples through American lives as a whole? Or is the separation that Saunders sees one of his own making? So you'll notice that the 2 characters here, one comes from a working class background or a working class present, and one character seems much more affluent. They're wealthier. And they don't get each other. Now, that separation, do you feel like that's something that actually exists in America? Or is this something that George Saunders is just making it up? And I want you to think, what does this mean for you? How is your own socioeconomic context, that means your life socially as well as economically, the amount of money you and your family has made, how does that influence the ways in which you see people who you think are different? Do you think differently about people that have more money than you or less money than you? Use all of these questions to lead you to a well thought out discussion board post. Okay? So I want you to think, are you siding with a particular character within this story? Is one mom here, the 2 primary characters are moms, is one mom here parenting better than the other? Are they just doing the best they have with the resources that they've got? These are all questions that you need to figure out. So once again, if you need help, make sure that you contact me through Google Hangouts. Several of you did last week, which is awesome. It seems like most of you prefer the texting format for that, which is great. Some of you did get to see my beautiful face through video, and I got to see your face as well, which is nice to attach a name to the face. But whatever you're comfortable with, I'm more than happy to accommodate you. So I'll be there between 12 and 2 every weekday, Monday through Friday, unless you need a different time. If you're working then, or if you have a face-to-face class in some version, whatever it is, just let me know and I'll be happy to make sure that I can meet your requests. Okay? So Monday, read Puppy. Tuesday, watch these videos. Wednesday, just skim back through Puppy and compose your initial discussion board posts. Thursday, make a comment on a classmate's discussion board post. Friday, make a comment on a classmate's discussion board post. And Saturday and Sunday, you can take off. And just to reiterate, this is just a suggested timeline, right? You don't have to do it like this. I just know that if you're like me, when I was a student, I would save everything for the weekend and get insanely overwhelmed. So don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? All right. And so just to reiterate, You'll click on lessons to access all these things. You'll click on week 2, which will be made available to you. Don't worry about those dates depending on when you're taking the course. And there's your discussion board. So the discussion board post is very similar. You'll click create thread, very similar to the first one. So this week your guiding question discussion board post is, how does your social class, so that means where you're at socially, as well as economically, the area that you grew up in, the amount of money that you've made, how does it influence the way that you view the world? Because it does. It does. If you're insanely wealthy, you're going to view the world probably differently than if you are having to scrounge by to make rent every month, right? And argue your point using George Saunders' Puppy and your own personal thoughts and experiences. Okay? So in George Saunders' short story Puppy, he argues through his 2 primary characters that social class in America blank. What is Saunders saying about social class in America through these characters? Okay? Now think about it. Think about it. So a lot of students have kind of these snap frustrations where they read it and they go, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand. I'm even you. I'm so upset. I'm sad. Blah, blah. Just take a breath and ask yourself, what is he saying about social class? About people who are working class and have to work really hard to get by, and people that are wealthy. What's the argument that he is making about these social class differences and tensions? Those videos are going to help you too. He makes this clear in the scene when blank and blank, give me a character name, says blank. Also when blank, another character, says blank. When blank, what happens? In sum, these lines from Puppy demonstrate Saunders' belief that our social economic context determines what? What does it determine? By, how does it determine it? In my own opinion of his worldview, I think blank about social class in America because blank. So once again, I'm getting you to think reflectively. You think something about social class in America. You do. You might think it affects nothing. Tell me why you think that. You might think it affects everything. Tell me why you think that. And then tell me why you think your opinion is important to society. Okay? So once again, your initial post, this right here needs to be 200 words, which is not a big deal because you've got a lot there already. And your comments to your peers need to be 100 words. Okay? Now, I want to encourage you, use the words of your peers. When you're commenting, copy what they said, paste it into your document. Say, I agree with you when you said blank because blank. This makes me feel, think, believe, whatever, right? Use their words as a foundation. Steer clear of yeah bro comments. Yeah bro, it's good. Like what you said, good job. That's not a comment, right? That's not an exchange of ideas. That's what I want you to do. I want you to think critically about what they're saying. Do you agree? Disagree? Why or why not? Okay? All right. So everything is due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. So you have all week to get that done. I'll chime in with a video on Thursday about how you can improve your assignments, your writing, your thinking, etc., etc. All right. Goodbye.